Alright, well, Skoda has refreshed its plans for the India market. With 2025, we see a compact SUV coming up. And today I'm joined with the brand director, Peter. Thank you so much for joining us today. First question to you. 2025, we see the compact SUV coming in. 63%, as you mentioned, cars are the sub 4 meter segment, and 20% above is the compact SUV. A great supply demand opportunity you found here, and how do you plan to capitalize that through the sale of this compact SUV?
Oh, this was a long time awaited decision, and it took us some time to come. And I have to admit, the segment is now pretty crowded, but we had to be there. I mean, such a volume opportunity, as you said, 63% of the total market. These are customers who are buying new cars, and they had no Skoda on the shopping list because we were not there. So now we will be there. Now we bring the car, which is a, let's say, very adult car, bringing a technology from the segment higher into the sub 4 meter segment. And we really think, because the mission of this car is to democratize the European technology on Indian roads. So here developed, here purchased, manufactured, sourced, with the understanding of what the customers are asking for in terms of customer journey through our professional network. So I hope we can really deliver what we promise now.
Also, you perfectly mentioned when you mentioned about democratizing the European tech for the Indian roads. I mean, I think that's a great thing too that a brand could focus on as far as India market goes. But I want to ask you, how would 2024 look like? Because 25, we know that things are coming up. You're looking into various sectors. Are you looking at any expansion points, touch points expansion, or getting some refurbished models with some advanced tech or sunroof or the changes that Indian market is going through? Any plans for 2024 as of now?
I mean, we have understood that Indian customers is very demanding. We have understood that the changes from competitors are coming now much faster, and we are as well bringing our changes. We have some special action model series coming this year for the local manufactured car, and we will bring some cars from Europe. We need to start the e-mobility chapter, what is the second biggest growth for Skoda in India in the near future, because embracing EV, it's time now. I mean, all our competitors have started already, and we should start this year as well. We are still thinking about bringing some CBUs from Europe, from the most actual models that the Indian customer can really experience the up-to-date cars which are now being launched in Europe, but it will be in a very small quantities. So it cannot embrace the all India demand and all customers. This we need to do with the local cars. Regarding the refreshment of the local cars, it will still take some time until the facelift is coming, but I can promise that for the compact SUV, which we have announced today, will come in exactly a year time. We will have some features which even Kushaq does not have today, which customers are waiting for. So stay tuned and be surprised, because we always like to surprise our customers a little bit more.
Of course, I mean, Skoda as a brand is known to surprise the customers with its features and tech. Of course, I want to ask you on the e-mobility chapter that you were mentioning about. Do you think that Skoda has kind of lagged behind when it comes to charging up the Indian roads with EVs? And how do you plan to gear up to eventually match the competition?
Oh, this is a great question. I mean, we really have a respect to the target which the government set. 30% EVs in 2030 is quite ambitious. I mean, we have our own experience how it was, and Indian government definitely learned out of what is happening outside. I mean, there are basically 3 EV clusters. There is US, China, and Europe. All these clusters are pushing for as fast EV adoption as possible, not only because of the environment, but I think it makes as well sense for all the countries which does not have the fossil fuels reserve. So it's a natural thing what the government wants here. I would still say some things in terms of regulation are not today 100% clear, but they will shortly become. We have a lot of alternatives on the table, and we still wait for some more clarifications to execute them. However, today you have seen the 6 EVs from Europe. How many we would bring in India, our preferred solution is to bring 4, because the biggest 7-seater SUV from Europe should come as a CBU only. Then we would have 2 parts and components cars, which will be already partly localized and can answer a little bit this touch and feel of the local customers. And then there will be 1 deeply localized, fully manufactured here EV, which will be the volume maker, which will help us first to comply with the government regulation, but especially answer to the customers' needs, because we still don't know what exactly will be the way the Indian consumers are taking. Is it more really price driven, or is it more like range driven? Because we all know that 50% of the EV car is a battery costs, and we all share the same technology. I mean, building the rest of the car around the car is pretty easy, and the world is global, and we share suppliers, so all brands have a very similar condition. The way is, what are the customers' expectations from the EV here in India, and how it will be then transferred to this balance between the range and the price. Yeah? If they go more for price, then we need to compromise on the range with the current technology. But there are the solid state battery specs coming after 26, so it will bring some improvements, and accessibility of the EVs will be better and adoption will be faster. Whether we can reach 30%, still too early to answer.
And what timeline are you looking at for an EV launch in India? Any particular year, or in the next 2-3 years are you looking at? Could you give us a timeline there?
So we have to definitely start this year. It's time. We will probably start with the CBU, as I said, and every other year we will bring something more. The full, deeply localized CKD should not come later than 27.
Okay. Also, what I have observed as far as Skoda brand goes, Peter, is that the industrial average of exports is usually about 20 to 25%. You are currently sitting with plus 30%. I mean, you have already surpassed the Indian average of exporting from India. Plus, you have announced some expansion plans as well. What would that be, and how much exports from the Indian market are you targeting?
Oh, this is a good question. I have to say that because of every region now go a slightly different direction, and we are a European manufacturer since quite a time, and Europe decided from 2035 to be electric only. We in Skoda, we definitely see the role of India as a manufacturing and export hub in future much bigger than we thought like 5 years ago. That's why the investment will definitely continue. We will definitely bring some more cars, which will be probably more export oriented than local, but there is still a way to go, at least 4 to 5 years. And again, it depends a lot on the local conditions here. Yeah? So we are going to take seriously our current pace with the investment was serious decision, and we are going to continue within this serious decisions with the new products for India and even for the export further.
Also, how much investments are you planning to put into Indian market with this expansion? Could you give us a number there?
Oh, this is always a number which is the group number, so there is not a Skoda number. That's why I cannot disclose this secret. There are a lot of alternatives, but I mean, we are committed to export, to invest further for domestic and export market, and we will be every money we earn here, we are investing here to the national economy in order to be a stronger player. So currently it's more that we are investing from other sources around the world, but one day there will be a turning point, and we believe in India.
Of course, Skoda believes in India. Last question to you, Peter. Well, the market share currently is not very high for Skoda. What is the aim that, as a brand director, now you are focusing on to capture a market share, and by what time are you looking to capture?
So it was announced today by our CEO, and I have to admit the targets which he is giving us, we are picking up. It's a challenge. 5% in 2030 would more or less mean more than 4 times growth of the current market share, and it cannot be done without product. I mean, the brand breathes with the product. The product needs to be competitive. The product needs to be well priced, so competitive both on product and price side of the story. And coming at the right time and fulfilling all the customer needs. So we are focused to bring all the lineup. As I said, the biggest two both contributors will be the compact SUV, which is coming next year, which will more than double our volume, and then the EV strategy. There are some other projects which are still not for communication, so let us surprise, and I think the story will be good. There is a plan how to do it.
Again, Peter mentioning the same thing about let's wait and watch, and a lot of surprises in store for the Indian market and of course the Indian consumers. Thank you, Peter, for joining us. Pleasure to speak to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.